Blink and you'll miss them. With an average speed of 100 miles per hour, motorcycle racing is one of the highest paced and deadliest sports in the world. Ever since the first motorcycle race in 1903, over 500 racers have been killed in the sport. That works out to over 5 per year, but if you consider the increased popularity of the sport over time, it's probably much, much higher than that. On the front line of one of the world's most perilous sports are the unsung heroes of motorcycle racing. Marshals are the rider's first defence when it comes to medical treatment, mechanical help and racing instructions. Not only did they clear away race incidents quickly and safely like we can see here, they also have a role in accident prevention and act as the primary source of communication between race control and the racers. Josh Day races a Kawasaki ZX-10R in the Powerbike and Open Championship at NG Road Racing. Like all racers, he has had a range of crashes that required urgent attention from the marshals.
Had a fair few crashes over the years, been racing for 10 years, had a fair few crashes, a few bad injuries. I broke my back, collarbone, arm, finger, foot, the lot. And the first people to the scene of the crime, as you could say, is the marshals themselves. So, they've been a big part in my racing, and it's good to have such good quality marshals everywhere that are just on hand.
NG Road Racing, formerly known as the North Gloucester Motorcycle Club, has been synonymous with the sport of motorcycle racing since its beginning in 1970. Russ Gardner is the club's media officer and race commentator, and he knows the role of marshal better than most.
Marshals are a vital part of any weekend. They secure the area from between race traffic and paying public. They ensure that the riders, in the case of any incident, are well looked after. They're a vital part of any race weekend. Without them, we cannot go racing.
So welcome. My name's Mick Eagle, for anyone who doesn't know me.
The 18th of March signalled the first day of the NG Road Racing calendar at Brands Hatch Race Circuit in Kent. It also welcomed the Marshals Training Day. Marshals, no matter how experienced, have to retrain every 3 years. This allows them to make sure that they are delivering the best level of care possible. It also acts as a chance to recruit new members to the racing family. Mick Eagle is the training officer for Race Safe Marshals at British Superbikes and NG Road Racing.
The idea is the experienced marshals, it's a 3-yearly refresher, and for new marshals we're going through all the basics of what they need to do. If you look at the programme of any motorsport event, and on the ticket it says motorsport is dangerous. Motorsport is inherently dangerous. There is no way we can make you 100% safe. The idea of the training is to make you as safe as possible.
Nearly a dozen people showed up to Brands Hatch to learn how to be a motorcycle marshal. Jeremy Doty has always been a member of NG as a racer, but now he's swapping his leathers for a high-vis jacket.
I think that I've raced for an awful long time. I've very much enjoyed it. I've always been in awe of all the people who've given up their time to stand there in all weathers and enable me to enjoy my time, which is actually racing the bikes. So it was an opportunity to give something back to the sport and an opportunity for me to stay involved in a sport that I love.
Whilst the position of a marshal is both vital and dangerous, as you can see, no one here is doing it for the money. In fact, their compensation for a day's work is breakfast, a packed lunch, and a small stipend of £5. This works out to roughly 55 pence per hour, £6.15 less than the national living wage.
I am against any sort of monetary reward. When I'm on the corner, I want people there that want to do it rather than they're only doing it because they're paid. But when you talk of certain tracks like Valencia, all the marshals there are actually dustmen during the week, and it's a bit of extra money at the weekend.
Murray Hambro rides for True Heroes Racing. He joined the club after losing both his legs fighting in Afghanistan in 2010.
I think it's one of those things that marshals do it for the love of the sport and for the love of going racing. They certainly don't do it for the money, because I think it costs them a lot more than what they might actually get paid. I think they get paid donations from each club event. If you don't do it for the love, then you're not going to do it at all. So I should imagine that's probably why there's been a bit of a decrease in the numbers.
The basis of the Marshals' hard work is making sure events like this can continue to allow everybody the chance to experience the thrill of racing. Stuart Higgs is the race and series director of MCE Insurance British Superbike Championship. He offers his opinion as to why we're seeing a decline in the number of marshals.
Yes, there is a decrease in some areas, but I think the clubs that also reward the marshals and treat them well and are running a 17 or 18 race programme today very, very slickly are the ones that the marshals like to support because they get enjoyment out of something and being part of something that's very slickly run. I go back to 20, 25 years ago where a club meeting here at Brands Hatch was an event of absolute torture. You were seeing some real crazy, frankly dangerous, stupid things, and it was pretty distressing, but now they're much, much better.
The first race meeting of the year may have had over 60 marshals in attendance, but there is a chance that this could decline as the season continues. Without the continuing work of marshals, the future of the sport looks bleak.